Now it's time for magic, adventure, fantasy, all starting from a convention. The D20 Dames, Kat, Jen, Jessica, and Brittni join us for a fun round of family-friendly D&D. Kat is in all black, with black glasses, a black undercut, black clothes, and black headphones. Jen has a burnt orange top and their microphone in the foreground. Jessica is sitting next to shelves and shelves of books with a floral skull tapestry behind them. And Brittni is joined by her vast collection of board games. Let's have an adventure.
Hello, misadventurers, and welcome to this special recording for Geek Girl Con Online 2020. We're the D20 Dames, an actual play, family-friendly D&D podcast. I'm Kat Kruger. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm the Dungeon Master. First, let's go around the virtual table and have our players introduce themselves. Let's start with Jess.
Hi, I'm Jess, she, they, and I am playing Loraya, an Earth Genasi druid, she, her.
Jen?
Hi, my name is Jen Vaughn. My pronouns are she, they, and I'm playing Riot Bonezerker, a red-winged tiefling ranger. Her pronouns are she, they.
And Brittni.
Hi, I'm Brittni Leonagay, pronouns she, they. I am playing Sildar Hallwinter, who is a human fighter, also NPC extraordinaire, pronouns he, him. Yeah, that's it.
All right. So, as with most of our live shows, the Dames are at Emerald Forest Adventure Con. Emerald Forest Adventure Con is an annual event that features a wide array of activities and programming. It includes adventuring guests, various discussion panels, celebrity signings, portrait opportunities, and best dressed contest. The convention also has a lively merchant hall and all the things that you would expect at a convention, which we're doing online this year. So Riot and Loraya are it's the end of another day at the con, and you've been invited to join your friend Sildar Hallwinter at a masquerade party. Before you head over, though, I was wondering what Riot and Loraya are dressed as.
Riot is dressed in a sort of a large rectangular wooden board with several concentric circles around it, sort of a yellow, orange, red situation. Most people will recognize it as the now international Chet throwing championship board, but the hole where the Chets, the petrified breadcrumbs, are usually thrown into is where Riot has put her face.
Oh no!
Oh my gosh. So
And
people
she-
can throw bread at your entire face.
I love an interactive costume.
And Riot is pretty happy because she has received a couple of little tiny gluten-free donut holes thus far, a couple sticky savory candies, and she also has just like a little bag of Chets that people can like throw as well that she's brought in case they don't want to dig around in their satchel. And so she's kind of like been like, sort of like setting it down like sandwich board style, like, hey, come on, kids. Like,
Yikes.
and she turns to look at Loraya, who's dressed like...
Loraya has exchanged her usually dark outfit for an even darker all-black outfit.
Nice.
But she did craft some very, incredibly large iridescent dragonfly wings that also go out a little bit to the side, a little bit more than you would expect, because not only are they just, huge, beautiful dragonfly wings, but they are also very effective just space keepers, so people can't actually get very close to her because the wings are so large.
Amazing.
Loraya, I forgot to mention how beautiful your wing craftsmanship is.
Thank you.
Very nice. I did not know you had these skills. And she kind of like does the little hand down, probably an okay painted, not great, but like, shoddily done. Like, it's more of those like, this is better it looked better on my paper, but I got it done, so
It looks great. It looks like a Chet cheese throwing board. That's what you were going for, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah.
You nailed it.
All right. Well, did Sildar give us tickets ahead of time, or did he just say, show up here, you'll probably have to do a job, and then you'll get the tickets as like, I don't know, as a payment?
As you approach, you know that it's taking place at Volo's Live Monster stage. So you see that the whole area is sort of like cordoned off with these partitions. And there's a registration desk outside. And you actually see a familiar Aarakocra. For anyone who's watching who hasn't seen this particular Aarakocra before, it's a bird humanoid, and in this case, it's a young male eagle humanoid, and you recognize him as Urk, except Urk is wearing this kind of sad-looking onesie that looks like a tree, and he's behind the registration desk. And beside him is this large cardboard standee with the words, "Be the champion of Emerald Forest Adventure Con." And he's just sort of like looking at the little registration list in his sad little tree costume.
Urk, I'm shocked to see that you're not dressed as a torch, but it's nice to see you branching out.
He looks up.
Right, it says, "Leaf it to Lariah to give you a compliment, finally. Now, you look fantastic."
Urk looks up and he smiles at both of you. And he says, "Oh gosh, it's so nice to see you. And thanks for recognizing my Emerald Forest Adventure Con mascot costume, Branchy the Tree."
Oh, yes.
Yep, that is what I was talking about.
It's dead on. Is it, is that like the standard mascot costume someone wears outside, like, or is it?
He kind of shudders and says, "Yes, it is."
But it was washed, I'm sure, so you're fine. You're fine. I wish there was a way for us to, like, I wish we had time to, like, get a portrait stenciled of all of us in our really cool costumes.
Urk just sort of smiles weakly at you because he knows his costume is not as cool as everybody
We
else.
didn't say that.
It's like, oh gosh, I wouldn't want a portrait in this. Your costumes are awfully nice. Lariah, yours is really sparkly. Those wings are just, and he's sort of dodging out of the way. Are you here for the party?
Yes.
That's great. So are you going to be entering our contests for the different categories? Maybe.
Oh, what categories do you have?
Oh, there are all sorts of categories, but the big one is, and he points over to the cardboard standee next to him. He says it's for the champion of Emerald Forest Adventure Con. And you see that in the standee, it's Odious Ogden, who you are familiar with. He is known as the Scourge of Scardale. You met him at actual dungeon at first, where he was an NPC in an escape room, NPC villain in an escape room. But then the magic failed, and somehow you unleashed a real version of Ogden into the Adventure Con, who you've sort of been occasionally citing. And next to Odious Ogden is this heroic figure standee with a hole where the head should be.
And Ray goes, "I know what to do with this," and just tries to stick
like
her
you're a
hole
pro.
also through that one. And it's not quite working.
Yeah, I imagine the chipboard is sort of like bumping into the the cardboard.
Does the champion have to do, like, is this like a movement? Like, do we have to make sure our costumes are great for battle? Because, like, Riot's kind of gesturing at both of them, like,
Well, it's a vote-in process, so at the end of the night, people just vote in to see who will stand next to our villain, Odious Ogden, and the winner is announced at the end of the masquerade. It's sort of like, I heard that humans have this thing called prom. And it's like the king and queen type of thing, except it's the villain and the heroes, which I think is cooler.
all right, Lariah, shall we enter?
Yeah, sure.
All right, so Riot and Lariah, if there is someone you want to submit for this, I'll check in with you at the end of the adventure.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Intrigue. All right.
Irk is busily crossing your names off the list, and he says, "Have fun. I'll just be out here keeping the lights on."
You're great at that, Irk, and it's always great to see you keeping on lights, because I know you love that.
He nods.
Right, goes, yeah, bark if you need us.
Wait, what? So you enter this closed off area, which has been completely transformed into a spooky fall themed dance floor. There are orange drift globes that are floating overhead, and each one looks as though holes have been carved out to represent facial features on them. You've got banquet tables filled with punch bowls, festive cookies, candies. Music fills the room through some sort of magical means, and there are crowds of people dressed as various figures from around the realms, both real and imagined. As you enter, I'm just going to mention here that we had pulled we had crowdsourced random encounter table with our patrons on Patreon, so you're going to be encountering some fun things from from our misadventures. So inside,
Love it.
you there's just like this random rocking chair with an old lady in it, and she's muttering to herself and staring into the distance. She's rocking back and forth. She just says, "Times are a-changin'. Clocks fall back soon, that is. Gotta serve up that dish of mine. But not too hot. Best served cool, they say. Yes, they do."
Right,
And
because
she just keeps
revenge. Yeah. Let's do it. Is she just like alone rocking? Like, or is she like on like?
Yep, there's no other rocking chairs around. It's just
She brought her own rocking chair.
Yeah. Like, Riot's turning to Lariah like, is this the costume or is this like an installation? Like, what? I mean, I know you planned this all, so you know. I just kind of like, what's happening?
Riot, you're suddenly hit with something. It lands on the floor, and when you look down, it looks like an arrow, but with the arrowhead is sort of made out of sponge. And then you hear a little kid say, "I got it!" And then the kid runs over, and you see this little ranger sort of character. She is dressed in an outfit that you would think is a ranger. You would know Riot, and but you also notice that you recognize the child. It's it's one of Sildar Hallwinter's children. Adopted children. Many adopted children.
Including baby Odious, right?
Right, yeah. Odie's Ogden after Little Demon Daycare, right?
Yeah, I kind of feel bad that he's here and the, like, villain that's on display is adult Odious. Hopefully he won't recognize it.
So this is a Euphemia? Euphemia?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right picks up the air and goes, "Ah, you got me. Man, I feel. Whew, that's a lot of damage I just took. This is a pretty good arrow. Did you make this yourself?"
Oh, Daddy helped, and so did Winter, and Mill, and Augie.
Are they all here?
She nods, and she just also like, "Hi, you remember me? I'm not actually Effie right now. I'm Shandy Freefoot."
Oh, Shandy Freefoot. That's so fancy.
Mm-hmm.
So you a ranger of the forests or of the mountains, or you one of those bi-coastal rangers?
As you're having this conversation, the other kids kind of show up, and you see them. They look like a very familiar adventuring party, and Ogden, little Ogden, who's like 8-year-old version of Ogden, he's dressed in scale mail armor, and he's got his head shaved so that he could paint like this purple circle on the right side of his forehead. And as you ask that question, he says, "We're heroes of Baldur's Gate."
It's pretty good. Like, I'm impressed. Loraya, compliment the children.
I feel like you covered it. You all look great. Exactly like the heroes of Baldur's Gate. Nailed it. Love what you did.
Is someone
Love
dressed
your
as
whole
a,
vibe.
Yeah, is someone dressed as like a little hamster?
Are you looking around for that?
Yeah.
Heading at the rear of the children comes Sildar Hallwinter, wearing basically a onesie. It looks like a fur-lined jacket just turned inside out, basically, which is maybe what it is. With handmade kind of headband with some using the same the same kind of fur for little tiny ears, and his face is painted about white here with some little whiskers, and he comes up. His head's kind of like, "Oh, I see the children have found you. Can you guess what we are? I bet you couldn't have guessed, except I'm here now. So,
Can I get Riot and Loraya to make a history check?
Nat 20.
Hot 11.
All right, you actually both know because this is a very famous adventuring party. They are the heroes of Baldur's Gate. So you notice that Winter is Neris. She's like the most goth version of Neris you've ever seen. She's like this. She's a cleric of Kellumbor.
Mm-hmm.
Mill is Krydal, the half-elf thief. Effie is Shandy Freefoot, who's really skilled with a bow. Augie is Minsk, and Sildar is Boo, the miniature giant space hamster companion. But you also know that there absolutely could have been another hero that Sildar could play, because who's missing from the party is Delina, a wood elf wild mage.
But we prefer, I mean, this is exactly what Sildar could be playing, but, yeah, right, looks around like, "Hey, Sildar, if we find you a little wild mage, Sildar, if we find you a little wild mage, maybe you'll have a second parent for all these kids.
Oh,
Just kidding. You don't need anybody.
and I did ask the children if I could be the moon elf, but here I am.
Oh, I thought this was your choice.
Oh no. I mean, my first choice, of course, was just to be myself. I am a hero, after all. But, yes, Augie was very insistent that he has his companion. I even went as far as to sew a little fake miniature giant space hamster, but he refused. He wanted it to be me, and I get it.
As much as I love this whole group of this whole vibe, I love it. I do have a suggestion for next Halloween, which is that all of your kids dress up as little Sildars and you dress up as the tree. Because Sildar tree puncher.
She's still a tree puncher.
Oh. Well, we should write. Is Winter around?
Yeah, she's in the background, just like trying to maintain her distance from this. Four little Sildars. Oh, and my nemesis, the tree, of course. I love it. Absolutely. Next year. Well, I'll start working on the costumes as soon as we get home. Really.
You could just get one from Urk.
Did you fight an evil, like the Gulthias tree?
Or just a tree. Just a tree, really. What? But it was a big tree, thick bark. Yes. In my youth.
Dad, I don't understand the joke.
Oh, no joke. Oh. I'll read you from my journals later, of course. Oh. But here I am. Miniature giant space hamster.
Thank you for the tickets to come to the masquerade. This is great.
Oh, yes, I your costumes. Oh, good. We haven't even, the children put so much work into theirs, but is that a Chet board? A little hard to get around in, but yeah, very, very good, very good. Children, would you like to take a shot?
She hands them the little bag, but if they can use whatever they want.
Effie just reloads her bow.
Yes, great. Okay.
I'll see if she gets you this time. It flies a little bit wide.
Yeah,
and then it
pretends
like goes out into the crowd, so she goes after it.
You'll get me next time. I hope not.
Mill follows her because he's like the big brother between them, even though Augie is a little bit older. So he's just following to make sure that she doesn't get lost in the crowd. And then Winter just sighs and, tilts her head back, and then she's like, ugh, and then follows the two kids. But then Augie takes up the Chet bits that the other kids haven't and starts hurling them.
Yep. Ooh, you're really good at right in the eye. Oh my gosh.
Misses, second one gets you, third one gets you.
These are all snacks, right, at this point?
They've been human or all the oils in people's hands have softened the petrification, so it's a good treat for a bone zerker. Like home.
Great arm, Augie. Oh, so proud. Wow.
Thanks, Dad. I learned from you.
Oh.
All that racquetball practice.
That's right. You'll be a champion yet. Oh. Sweet kid.
He's he kind of looks over and sees that the other kids are sort of playing running around circles around Winter, and he looks up at Sildar.
If you can do without your space companion for a little bit, please go play. Go play.
Thanks, Boo. And then he runs off.
Thanks, Boo is so funny. Thanks, Boo. Oh, dear Augie. Oh, so glad we wiped his memory. I can't imagine what he would have thought if he walked through this party and saw his old self as a villain. Oh, he has no idea. He has no idea. But he's so sweet. So sweet.
Yeah, that seems... He opted to have his memory wiped out, if I recall, just so everybody knows. She looks around, like, to anyone that's listening. As an adult, that was his decision.
He wanted to start over. To start over. And I think he's doing so well as a child, and he's got so much promise. I'm just very proud of little old Augie.
Yeah, just to clarify, he did reverse age himself and
both
wiped his memories for anyone who hasn't seen that episode.
But again, the point is that we didn't just like wipe his memory.
Yeah, we didn't mess up somehow. Yeah,
like he did choose that for himself.
And this is the NPC version of this character. This is the actual dungeon NPC version of. That was transformed into a real thing, and then reverse aged. Yeah.
Yep.
He's been through a lot. That's what we're saying.
You hear that, Dames Wiki? Make sure to update for continuity. No. Well, are you entering the family in like a group? Isn't there a group categories for the costume contest?
Yes, best group costumes, of course. We've been working for several weeks on these, and I think we have a good shot. I think it would have been more complete if I had been, the moon elf. But here we are, Boo and Minsk. It's a very warm costume as well. You can see like he's sweating a little bit. Paint's going off. But yes, I think we have a very good shot at it. Are you entering any costume contest categories? Lariah, the wings, I mean, best handmade outfit is surely up for grabs for you. I just made that category up, Kat. Sorry.
Yeah.
Make up the categories as you please.
Perfect.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll definitely enter into like whatever. Yeah, I'll enter into some stuff. What Sildar, I like talking to you. Probably. I'm sure I've mentioned that at some point. You know that I don't mind talking to you. I just feel like often when we meet, there's a thing that you're not telling us that comes up later. Is there anything going on with you right now at Emerald Forest Adventure Con?
Oh, Lariah, I can't keep anything from you. But know that we are here to have a good time. I know I've said that before I've said that at actual tavern. I've said that at many of the other, I don't even remember. I know I've said this before. It's,
at least 8 times. Yeah.
Yeah. This time, I mean, look around. Creepy thing over there. There's punch. There's pumpkin tarts. Have you had a pumpkin tart? Oh. Please, just snack and walk around and enjoy. It's just a lovely, gala.
Lariah, were you intending to do an insight check on Sildar?
Oh, I am now, yes.
Go ahead.
26.
What?
You are surprised that Sildar legitimately is just here for the party.
Wow. So Lariah believes him because of the insight check, but also kind of still, for some reason, doesn't believe him.
Just maxed out insight, still a little bit of doubt.
So, like, she will go off to try to find the pumpkin tarts, but definitely keeps looking back at Sildar like she's waiting for something.
Yeah. Can I get you all to make a perception check?
12.
What was that, Jen?
12.
Okay.
14 for Sildar.
16 for Loraya.
Okay. So you all notice that in the crowd, there's someone staring over at your group, and they're cosplaying as Sildar Hallwinter, a younger version of Sildar Hallwinter. And
right, waves at them and just goes, Sildar, looks like you've got a
actually,
fan.
as you look at this cosplay,
Which I'm sure you've dealt with for years before.
it's a very unflattering depiction of him in his youth. His knuckles are bandaged up, and it looks like there's like a tree bark jutting out from the fake
how rude.
wound. There's like bags under his eyes. His clothes are a little bit ragged, and he's just staring in the crowd and just moving through the crowd.
Oh yeah, this happens all the time. Of course. People like to dress as me through the ages. I wouldn't have picked this particular era and situation. A little rude. But nothing to see here. I think maybe he'll have to enter the best Sildar category, which isn't real. Made that one up, but it should be. Next year we'll need to have it because we'll have 4 little Sildars running around, won't we? Oh, yeah.
Sildar, you haven't gotten like any messages or mail recently that's made up from a lot of other cut up like bulletins and things, have you? Like,
more than usual, you mean?
yeah, I guess so. You get a lot of visual poetry in the
at town council, we get lots of mail. You know, I go through the mail and I go through it, and there's strange things all the time, including some cut up odd riddles. I never solve them. I just kind of throw them away. People missing. I don't know. I just you push it to the side, but nothing more than usual. No. Should I be concerned? It's a costume. He's playing me at my most, downtrodden. Yeah, just so. And I love that passion. It's so. I can feel it. He's just in costume. I think whatever they're doing over there it's lovely. Are you concerned?
Well, they're not over there anymore. They're kind of like almost here, so that's why I was asking. Seem to be really
yeah, are they
intent.
close? Are they closer now? Are they like truly?
No, they're
approaching us?
actually they're keeping distance and just like being weird about staring.
Oh, wait. I know what this is. They want an autograph. Of course. I wonder if maybe they don't recognize me. I'm dressed as a hamster, but I bet they know, and I bet they are looking for an autograph, but they don't want to ask. So maybe we should. Would you like to go? Would you like to come? Should we approach them? I think doing them a favor. Sildar's like rifling underneath his costume and like pulling out his like set of pens and his
Riot was like,
headshots.
where are you keeping these? First of all, was her other question.
Yes,
but-
maybe it's so hot because I'm keeping so many things in here. Who knows?
Lariah, you were on your way to the banquet tables, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Riot and Sildar, you're going to make your way towards this figure, and Lariah, as you're making your way to the banquet table, with your perception check, you actually notice that Augie is holding something up to his ear, and the other kids are still playing, but he's just listening and looking really perplexed.
Hey, Ayu, what you got there, bud?
I don't know, I found it on the floor. And he holds it up to you, and you recognize it as a sending stone.
Oh, is someone sending on that stone?
Yeah, it's really weird though. It just keeps saying the same message. And as he holds it up, you just hear this voice say, "Heroes are zeros."
Oh, and she will like reach to try to take it from him and be like, "That I'm sure it's just a unrelated thing."
Is it like a scavenger hunt?
Maybe. Why don't I try to figure out if this is a clue and I'll get back to you?
Okay, I'm gonna go play.
Yeah, you do that.
And he runs off back to his siblings. Riot and Sildar, how are you making your way through the crowd here?
In time with the beat.
Are you dancing your way through the crowd? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
Sildar is super confident that this person just wants his autograph. So he's absolutely just like, yeah, we'll
So
dance.
Sildar dancing to the beat and making eye contact, like dancing at this person.
And holding up a headshot that's like pre-signed, like.
Yeah. Riot's there, but she is very wary. She's probably like checking the hands on this other Sildar to make sure they're not grabbing any weapons from behind them. If she can, like, as the crowd's parting, like, you know, like ebbing and flowing like some hot waves. Because she's just the eye contact is really. This person either wants to kill Sildar or kiss Sildar.
Are they evading us, Kat? Like as we get closer?
Yeah, as you're moving into the crowd, this figure is sort of trying to fade back into the crowd, and you get into the crowd like, you know, a few dozen feet, and the figure just sort of evaporates into the crowd, and you lose sight of this figure.
Oh. Well, Riot, maybe they didn't recognize. The costume is just so elaborate. I really had to go all out on this hamster thing. If I was gonna do it, I was gonna do it right. You know. I wonder if they don't recognize me. That's unfortunate.
Honestly, Sildar, I would never lose you in a crowd except for this one time, apparently. So, yeah, let's just keep having a good time. She's trying to convince Sildar that, you know, it's okay, but it's just like, let no Emerald City Forest Adventure Con go untroubled.
Wait, are you gonna keep? Or right? Are you still just like dancing in the crowd now with me, with Sildar?
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Oh, fun.
For security.
Sildar thinks you're here for fun.
Nice. What's Loraya doing at this point?
I think investigating the sending stone, trying to figure out if she can determine like who's sending, or if it is some sort of like hidden message or something like that.
Okay. You can do and make an investigation check.
14.
You are not really able to determine very much from the sending stone. You just hear the voice on repeat, so you think maybe it might be like in whatever fantasy version of a pre-recorded message is. But that's pretty much all you can determine from investigating this stone itself. If you wanted to investigate the area, you could do so.
Sure. She'll kind of look around a little bit, see if there's anything fishy looking going on.
Okay. So as you're looking around, and as Riot and Sildar are dancing, there is this evil laughter that fills the area. And it's just like evil, villainous. And then an incorporeal voice says, "Time for the real show to start. Remember, kids, villains always prosper." And then I'm going to roll on my encounter table. All right. All right, so there are screams around the room all of a sudden, and some people start fleeing from the area around the banquet table. Clearly level 1 adventurers.
Ooh, shade.
As they run away, you can see a clearer path to this area, and it looks like the banquet tables have huge mouths on them, and the cookies and candies and punch itself seem to be attacking and like attaching themselves to people. There are some, because it is AdventureCon, there are adventurers here trying to take down these creatures. I would like to give a thanks to Curly Cat on Patreon Discord server for this random encounter. The last one was actually courtesy of our producer Brittni.
Creepy old people on rocking chairs.
So Riot and Sildar, when you hear this and see this, I'm assuming you're gonna head over, and Loraya as well.
First, Loraya just looks really disappointed because she wanted to eat those snacks. And then she actually will look around for Riot and Sildar before heading over to the table, since she does see other adventurers over there trying to take care of it.
All right.
So she'll make sure that her party is safe before she rushes in.
All right. So you head over there. I think you're both like heading towards each other and just sort of reconvene in closer to the banquet table, but not quite there. And just as you meet, there is a figure that emerges from the crowd, and this figure is wearing a cape and cowl, and the fabrics are a vibrant combination of orange, yellow, and red, and underneath it is very clearly an Aarakocra. The masked figure gestures to the animated banquet table and says, "Gosh, it looks like it's time to serve up some justice." He nods over at all three of you. Loraya, he actually gives you a wand from his like utility belt. It's carved to look like a tiny torch.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And Riot, he hands you a net that looks like it might be made out of like sparkly fire. And I will tell you that these two items are all right. So Loraya, this wand is an enhanced arcane focus. So you gain +1 bonus to spell attack rolls. In addition, you ignore half cover when making a spell attack. Riot, you have what is known as a returning weapon. It is a net. It grants a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with it. It also returns to the wielder's hand immediately after it's used to make a ranged attack.
Heck yeah.
So he hands these things over to Riot and Loraya and just simply nods over to Sildar and says, "Mr. Hallwinter, big fan of your work."
Oh, thank you. Lightbringer, yes, yes.
Thank you, but no one can hold a candle to you.
Something about a party brings out the puns in you, Loraya. I don't know what it is.
Your children come running over to you, and you can see Augie's eyes just sort of light up, and he says, "Whoa."
Oh, children, stand back. This is just a little snafu in the party. Just please, stay here while we take care of this. I think.
The Lightbringer says, "Way to keep a level head, Mr. Hallwinter." And then he withdraws withdraws some tools from his utility belt and looks around. We ready to do this?
Oh, Urk, why don't you stay with the children and keep them safe? Keep them so very safe. Sorry, Lightbringer. Oh no.
I was gonna ask, outside of this game, does Sildar know that this is Urk? I can't remember. Like,
Don't we all know?
I think we all know. Well, do we?
We had.
I know we know.
Yeah, we had that
Loretta.
one. We had one adventure where the Lightbringer showed up, and
Right.
I think it was assumed that everybody knew.
Okay. All right. It did seem like things Sildar might not get, but
Hey, that's true. Sorry, let's retcon. I don't want to have said
no.
Urk. No, I that was a funny slip, but I don't want to have said Urk. I would have rather have. Sildar knows it's Urk, but doesn't want Urk to know it's Urk. But also doesn't want Urk in the fight. Lightbringer, if you could just keep an eye on the children. They're scared. They're so scared, and they could use light brought to them. Did that work?
Do you want to make a persuasion check?
yeah. Riot's looking over at Lariah, like eyes narrowed, and is like, "Yeah, Lightbringer, thanks for sparking the flame of justice in our hearts."
I got a 9, so hopefully Riot's extra equipped.
Do you want to? I'll give you advantage because Riot is trying to help.
But also trying to pun. She's like, everything's a
Yeah,
competition.
the advantage, exactly. It was nothing. So 9 it is. Thanks for the pun, Jen.
So the Lightbringer says, No worries. I've got something that can take care of the kids. And he pulls out from his utility belt an emerald and tosses it up in the air, and it turns into an emerald robin. And it just sort of circles around the kids.
Well,
Nice.
anything in that tool belt for me? Sildar's like, whoa, there's some cool stuff in there.
Yeah, he just laughs and he says, "Mr. Hallwinter, you're quite the jokester. You're quite renowned for your jokes. This is but you don't need anything from the old Lightbringer, right, kids?"
Oh no. Don't get kids into it. The kids are like, yeah, Dad's strong.
Yeah. Especially Augie. Augie's just like, "Yeah, Dad, you show them. You told us all the stories. They were all cool except for the one about the tree." But
All right. Oh, so Riot's looking at Lariah. New mission is clearly not end the terror as soon as possible, because this has been like 5 minutes of us talking to Lightbringer.
Which
Next
is the
mission,
best.
we need to make Sildar look cool in front of his kids.
Embarrass Sildar, hang out with
and
Lightbringer. Think Lightbringer's way cooler than Sildar. Those hit both axes.
Right? Lariah, do you think we could do this? I think we do both.
Do I think we can make Sildar look cool? I don't know that I have that ability. I don't know that anyone does. She whispers quietly to Riot.
Does she, Jess?
She whispers it so quietly, maybe even Riot can barely even hear it.
It's just for herself. Kat, did you say that there were people at the table trying to take care of things, or
oh yeah, there are adventurers trying to take care of things, and the Lightbringer, he's sort of watching, and then noticing that the group isn't engaging, so he sort of like pulls out something else from his utility belt, and he shows. So Lariah, you recognize this as the other side of the sending stone. It has a magic mouth on it that's talking, and it's just saying the same thing that you heard, Lariah. It's just saying, "Heroes are zeros."
Lightbringer, why are you doing that with that sending stone?
Do you have the sending stone in your hand?
Yes.
So he hands it over to you and says, "I found this. The call was coming from inside the convention."
We're gonna deal with that later. She stuffs him into her bag and goes to approach the table.
Oh my gosh.
All right, you're approaching the tables.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you see a whole bunch of adventurers. Oh, nice. That are fighting off. They're make an Arcana or Survival check.
21 with survival.
Okay. You know from how these creatures are behaving that these the banquet tables are giant mimics and the candies and other things are regular mimics. And these adventurers are actually doing pretty well against them. Yeah.
Are there also candies that are baby mimics?
Yes. It seems like it's a whole giant family of mimics.
Intergenerational mimic fight.
It does look like the adventurers are making short work of and able to like sort of hold them back. What do you want to do, Lariah?
If it looks like they're doing okay, Loraya doesn't want to risk like getting in the way. But I guess what she can do is, since she does have this cool torch wand now, is there like silverware and stuff on the tables?
I think because the mimics have like lifted
Moved.
themselves up, anything that was on the table pretty much was a mimic, except just a few things to blend in on the table, but those have fallen on the ground.
I feel like there's not a lot I can do that wouldn't potentially also hurt the adventurers engaging with
Sure.
the
All right. What are Riot and Sildar doing at this point?
Oh, Riot's gonna test out this cool net. Like, she unfortunately does not have the forethought that Lariah does, so she runs over to the table and is trying to, I think, throw the net over a bunch of the small pumpkin tart mimics.
All right.
And gather. I guess they're kind of like a swarm. So
Yep.
she throws it.
Yep. Make your attack.
Ooh, 15.
Let's see.
Do I fish me some treats?
Yeah, you got a whole bunch of little treats.
All right. Does
Well-
it do damage to them, or
It just grapples them.
it just grapples them? Yeah.
So now you've
Cool.
got like a net full of grappled mimics that return to your hand.
Oh no.
What would you like to do with this net?
She's just gonna start swinging it around her head a little bit, like looking around. Okay. Oh boy. This is a great idea if this was just regular pumpkin tarts, but you saved someone's toes from some calamity. Does she see like where that person that was dressed up like Sildar, they disappeared? Have they reappeared at all? Like now that the dance floor's cleared away and whatnot?
The dance floor hasn't completely cleared away because you are amongst high-tiered adventurers. However, you make another investigation check or perception check.
18.
Okay. You notice that you see what looks like that figure head onto the stage and disappear somewhere up there. And then the voice comes back again and says, "Thought that was cool, kids? Let's light things up." And then the drift globes above you, they start spewing out fire bolts. And the crowd sort of like screams again and tries to like get out from under the drift globes. They're basically spraying in a 30-foot cone below each one, and there are dozens of these lights. And the Lightbringer just sort of says, "This is truly villainous. Lights are my thing."
Right, it's like, this person's getting on your brand, so I assume she at least blocks one of these firebolts with the spinning bag of mimic pumpkin tarts.
When the fire starts, this is when Loriah will act.
All right, let's all roll for initiative then.
Okay.
$12 for Sildar.
10 for Riot.
17 for Loriah. I'm gonna use only these dice every time I play. I don't know why I use any other dice ever.
Hot.
That's good.
The Lightbringer got 20.
Oh. It's like +8 initiative.
Yeah.
When he's in Lightbringer form.
Yeah. All right, I'm just gonna put us in order here. So.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been having some dice troubles recently, but I always have like 3 D20s in my little, but I go for a certain one, and it's been like 10 and below every time.
Every time I roll really well, several times in a row, I have a moment where I'm like, has my dad been in here lately? Would he have switched out my dice for loaded dice? But no, that's ridiculous.
Most supportive dad ever.
I feel like your dad respects you enough to not do that. Like,
Yeah,
he
true.
might give you loaded dice, but sneak into your home and leave, like, switch them out.
Like, the offer's always there, but he wouldn't do it, unknowing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't think he has a place to get loaded dice from. It's just that he knows the thing in D&D is like you want to roll 20, so he's like, get loaded dice and you win.
I don't think he knows where to find them, but I think he knows how to make them. So
Oh, that's a good point. He probably
very
could. He can make
crafty,
anything.
All right. So the Lightbringer goes first, and what he does is he pulls up the shield from his back, and it has flames on it. Holds it overhead over the kids, and it is a repulsion shield, so the flames just like fly off of the shield, and it pushes some of the drift globes 15 feet away.
Whoa, someone's in the running for Dad of the Year, it seems like. Thank you, Lightbringer. I was thinking of doing something similar, but I'll wait.
He says, "Well, I learned from the best." Loriah, it's your turn.
So Loriah is going to use her fancy new arcane focus, her torch wand, and sort of like wave it around a little bit, to cast Wall of Wind above them to at least block them from, like, block the entire room, I guess, from the fire, and hopefully also, like, knock all of these drift globes down.
Nice. All right. What do we do here?
I think it just works, because if it's a creature, they have to make a strength saving throw, but it says... let's see. Smaller flying creatures or objects can't pass through the wall. Loose lightweight materials brought into the wall fly upward.
Yeah. Yeah. So
deflected upward automatically miss. So yeah,
right.
I think that they just would like get all knocked around.
All right. So they fly up, and you see like there's like fire sort of being twisted in the breeze, and these globes just shatter against each other, and the glass actually doesn't hit the floor either because it's just all propelled away. So yes, Loriah's trick
we go.
worked. Yeah.
Globes Not a problem.
What do you want to do next?
I don't think I can take a bonus action after that. Other than, I guess... So did we all see the figure up on stage?
Make a perception check, or... Because you weren't actively looking.
Oof. 11?
No. You did not see it, but Riot did.
Could I? I'm gonna check. Oh, whoops, as well. 18.
Sildar
That's gonna be
did.
my highest roll. Sildar has advantage because he's looking for himself in the crowd.
Sildar, you
Recognize that behind anywhere.
You're actually next.
All right, so the globes are not like everything's. Is everything under general control? Like Sildar's kids aren't in any imminent danger.
Yeah, the Lightbringer, saved them from fire damage. Then Lariah just destroyed all of the drift globes, and there are high tier adventurers that seem like they've got the mimics under control.
Okay. Yeah, Sildar will. Does Sildar know what's behind? Like, what is behind the stage? Like, is Sildar familiar enough with the convention to know that like that's not a place you'd go?
You all had an adventure around Volo's stage with Urk one time, and so you would know that there's the stage, and then there's beneath the stage there's an area as well. That's typically where the monsters are kept.
Oh, wait, that's bad. I was like, yes, monsters under the stage. Yes. Sildar will turn to Riot, who, at this point, Lariah, you've never seen this person, not creature. Riot, our friend seems to be running off in an odd direction for a party, don't you think? And then
yeah,
chase
I was
after.
hoping I could cast Hunter's sense on him, but he moved real fast. They did, so let's boot scoot up to the wings.
Yeah, so Sildar will basically like disengage from this whole activity. Man, the kids though. Man, is Little Demon Daycare open?
They do pickups.
Just do a quick drop off.
Well, the Lightbringer does still have the little Emerald Robin circling.
Oh,
down
that's
them.
right. That's right. Okay, Sildar will give. So, Lightbringer, you're holding down the fort here. We're gonna go check some things out backstage. Sildar's trying to get signal if Urk's gonna follow us.
All right, so he sort of tilts his head and says, do you want backup, Mr. Hallwinter?
Oh, I don't think backup is necessary. Why don't you take... Oh, that sending stone. Can we use those? The ones that Lariah now both has?
Yeah.
I wonder, maybe... Lariah, maybe we give Lightbringer here the receiving stone, and if we need anything, we'll call for backup.
Sure. Can she like disengage the magic mouth from the other one?
That's a good question. Let's see. How does Magic Mouth work here?
You'd like tinker tools.
If I had mage hand, maybe I could grab it.
Yeah,
Just like
cover
shut
it
its
up.
little lips.
What about mending, huh?
Oh yeah, mending, just leave them together.
Oh, actually, it has stopped at this point anyway.
Oh,
It
perfect.
stopped
Lovely.
speaking. Yeah.
Cool. So it's just a regular sending stone at this point.
Yeah.
Cool. Lariah, yeah? Yep. Toss our
Here, I hands
Lightbringer
one
friend.
to Lightbringer.
Great. It's very important that the kids are kept safe. Who knows what might happen next? Pudding on the ceiling. Punch on the floors. Who knows? Let's go.
I understand the
we run to the-
importance of words.
Aye.
All right, how do you want to get on the stage?
Jump. It's only like 5 feet off the ground, right?
Yeah, I mean, like there's a staircase that goes up the side, and
Sildar will definitely not use the stairs. Sildar is gonna attempt to vault.
Yep.
Okay.
He's like cracking his back as he's running towards it. He's like,
All right.
Warming up.
Make an acrobatics check.
I don't have a real character sheet. Is that is acrobatics
just the way
dexterity then?
Okay. Oh no. This is bad. 5.
So
Oh no. The costume, it's too big and heavy.
yeah.
I forgot I was wearing that costume too.
As you leap up there, the costume actually gets caught on something and just like tears.
Oh no.
So you're left with like your regular gear underneath it, except maybe like the little hamster ears on the top of your head. But if you look back, I imagine Sildar, like, this happens, and it's, like, happening in front of your kids and the Lightbringer, and he's, like, the fabric tears as you're looking over, and the Lightbringer does this trick where he just, like, vanishes and teleports in front of the kids, and then, like, lights up something in his hands, and they just see that trick and not you falling.
How can any one thing be so pure and good? It doesn't make any sense.
I can mend that for you later. Let's go.
Riot just kind of jumps in the air and just looks down and is watching all of this happen, and it's just kind of like, oh my god.
As Sildar, like, embarrassingly goes around and takes the stairs. I love it.
Do good berries work on like for embarrassment?
Yeah, my pride is down a couple hit points.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you're making your way onto the stage, and you hear the voice again say, "The best villains are agents of chaos, and the great equalizer, random encounters." All right. Okay, so you're on the stage. How do you want to proceed?
So we're not hearing the voice come from anywhere in particular, right? It's just
No, it's just like
booming
a
from
magical
around.
voice.
Got it. And does Sildar see anything odd about the stage? Like any hints of where the
Make an investigation check.
Figures. 13.
Are you moving around the stage as you're investigating?
Yeah, I'm just covering the ground of the stage.
All right, so as you're moving around, you hear like creaking floorboard. There are candles on the stage that flicker for pretty much no reason. Like there's no gust of wind here anymore. But then you also notice that there is a painting hung up, and it looks like the eyes are watching you. And thank you to patron Cage for that submission.
Oh, haunted mansion.
Something's not quite right here. Just getting not scared. Scared's not the word, of course. Just a little creeped out. Just a little light creep.
Yeah, who puts a painting in the wing of a theater, huh?
Right. The odd
Like,
decoration. Actually, don't know who decorated. Who runs this party? Thinking about it. No, Urk would have.
Yeah, let's go and like we run over there to like rip the painting off the wall.
All right. Yeah, you rip it off the wall, and you see it leads to a secret corridor.
Oh.
Ta-da!
destruction.
We carefully pull the frame of the painting off the wall, place it on the side. No, we don't punch it, you know.
All right, so proceeding in the corridor, how do you want to go about doing this?
I think that Raya still has her wings on and therefore has to go last.
Riot's gonna cast dancing lights inside of the tunnel so that Sildar can see. So,
Oh, is Sildar going first?
Riot will go first. Riot will go first, but she knows that Sildar
Can't see.
So she throws up
Is
some
human.
some green and yellow lights in honor of Emerald Forest Adventure Con.
Nice.
And
Yes. I like to be in the middle, so I have my eye on both of you. I can be right there if either of you need. So I like to be the middle, and so Riot in the front, yes, and Loraya in the back.
I love being managed. This is fine.
All right,
Just
so
a
you're heading
little
down
creep.
this corridor, and it is pretty dark, but the lights help. And it leads down underneath the stage, and you get to an area where, I mean, you know that the monsters are here behind little bars, and how do you want to go down this area with the monsters?
Remind us what these monsters are here for. They're
They're
like,
the
just
live
part of the
monster
convention?
display for Volo's stage.
Yes, got it. Okay.
So anything in Volo's guide that isn't sentient is probably down here.
Cool. And we don't see the figure down here, or could we look for the Sildar clown?
You can continue making an investigation check while you're down here.
10.
16.
5.
All right.
I forgot to also mention that I was awarding the Dames Damespiration for their fantastic costumes at the beginning of the game. I definitely meant to say that earlier.
Oh yeah.
Not expecting it in return, of course, but
No, and we definitely won't do that in return, since you're not expecting it. No, just kidding. Jen, absolutely, you should get the inspiration for the costume choice.
No.
Please.
No.
I don't get one. Yeah, please. Jess and Jen, take the inspiration.
All right. So Riot, you notice there's actually a sudden noise and something flies out at you. What do you do?
Well, she's still got the net full of mimics. So, I think she's going to take it and fling it directly in the face of the person coming at her.
All right. You do that, and wow! You hear a cat.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you see what they are in the light?
It's a cat.
It's just a cat. Okay.
Yeah, it hisses at you.
Just a cat? Like, back here? Like where the monsters are? Okay, does this look like a fat cat? Like it's been eating off out of the monster bowls?
We have Jacob Holler, patron, to thank for that submission.
It's very umbre. Okay. Yeah, she. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And she tries to give the cat one of the chets.
And as you do that, let's see. You feel a hand touch your shoulder, and you are no longer in this understage area. You are in like space, maybe, it seems like you're just floating somewhere else for the moment. And Sildar and Lariah, you just see Riot disappear all of a sudden, and Ogden is there.
Like
Ogden.
Augie Ogden or
Odious Ogden.
From which dimension are we speaking? Do I recognize? Does he look like a animated museum character or in the flesh?
This looks like the actual museum character that the young Sildar Hallwinter would have recognized, but Lariah, I guess you wouldn't have seen that because that figure was had escaped at that point. You would know it from the Dreamscape adventure that we had. That this is Odious Ogden. So I just rolled him into initiative. Riot is out for the moment. Lariah, it is your turn.
Oh, geez. So I guess he's standing pretty close to us, right? Because he just took Riot's spot.
Yeah.
Don't like that. I have... Oh, I don't think I added it to my character sheet yet, but I have a tattoo that I think lets me grapple. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna grapple.
All right.
It's probably not canon yet in the timeline, but we'll let you have it.
Yeah, it's totally fine. So Ogden got a 9 on his strength check.
Well, I got a 21.
All right, describe how this happens.
I think probably when she activates the tattoo, it maybe like glows slightly, and then she just sort of like dives at him, and the like snake tattoo almost like comes to life, and there's sort of like a spectral snake surrounding Ogden.
All right, so he is grappled now. How long does this last? I can't remember. Oh, until he breaks it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So Lariah, he's grappled now. What do you want to do?
What did you do with Riot?
Just tucked her away in a demiplane.
We'll bring her back.
With time.
No, now.
Well, it doesn't work like that.
What? Why are you causing all of this chaos? Why are you doing this?
He looks over at Sildar with menace and just says, "Because of my old nemesis, Sildar Hallwinter. You're corrupting that younger version of me, turning him into some kind of heroic type. I won't have my legacy and name besmirched."
Oh, little
Riot's like-
Augie.
Right knows she's like in the demiplane.
Little Augie. Even the name. You think you're so heroic, but you're getting old, and you know what they say. You either die a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become a villain.
Do they say that, Lariah? Do they say that? That's terrible.
Not anyone who matters.
That.
But he chose this. Solar didn't do that to little Augie. Ogden chose that for himself. He wanted to start fresh. He wanted to try again. You're mad at another version of yourself for making a different choice than you, and that hardly seems fair.
Well, I'm a villain, and nothing's fair. Sildar, do you want to do anything at this point? I'm just going to go through the initiative as we're doing this.
No, not attack. He'll probably just continue to talk.
Okay.
And state his case, which at this point is just like, what Lariah said. I didn't even, I was, you have to understand, I don't want another child. Oh, the last thing I wanted was another child.
But don't let Augie hear you say that.
This isn't Augie, this is...
You're right, sorry.
What I meant was, there was nothing, I was not out to get you. I was not out to get Augie. I was just picking up my children at Little Demon Daycare, and suddenly there was another child, and I had to say yes and put on a smile and say, yes, I will take you home. Yes, well, child, as I do. Lariah and Rose and Riot have something over me, and they just keep showering me with children. Anyways, my point is what Lariah said. Odious Ogden, the version that you see as Augie, decided to do this. He wanted to have another shot at a
Have you
good
tried
life.
talking with little Augie, like hearing, like, what his life is like and if he's happy? Because isn't that what matters?
His life. If you didn't want him, you could turn him over to me, and I would have my own villainous ward.
Now listen here. Sildar pulls out his short sword and holds it up to Odious and says, I might not have realized I wanted him, but he's with me now. He's very happy, and if you threaten him again, we shall see.
At this point, I'm going to say that Riot comes back. Ogden has an opportunity here. He breaks the grapple. And as you're all standing here, time stops.
Wait, can we still move? Or
Uh,
can our mouths move?
nope.
So we're all frozen.
You're
Cool. So
all
we'll just
frozen.
stay here for about 5 minutes. Just
Yeah.
Yeah.
See if you can read my.
And it feels like just in the blink of an eye, Ogden was there, and then you open your eyes, and he's not.
Rights look around. Where'd that little waxy jerk go? Can you recognize him?
So Lariah immediately pulls out the sending stone to contact the Lightbringer and says, Lightbringer, Augie might be in danger. If anyone approaches you, make sure to keep them away from the kids. Get the kids to a safe place. Make sure you keep your eyes on Augie.
And Riot's also screaming, use fire! Use fire! He'll melt!
That is my thing. And then you just sort of hear him trying to get the kids going. Okay, what do you want to do next?
Sorry, Riot comes down and just goes, sorry, I think that's the wax version from the museum. Remember? Odious Ogden, he was missing?
Yeah, and after we talked to him, I'm worried that he might be after little Augie to try to have an evil ward to try to kidnap him. So we have to be careful.
I mean, they turn out okay, but yeah, we should go grab him, so...
No, I mean, to make him evil.
he's an impressionable young child. There's still time, Riot. There's still time.
Is there any sign of anything down here where we might find Odious Ogden?
Let's release all the monsters.
No, Sildar. No.
Right,
See
sorry,
that
like at
movie,
the
Cabin
cage,
in the
like...
Woods.
Make another investigation check.
Is one of these monsters a sniffer monster?
10.
16.
Also 10. That's bizarre.
Riot? You got 16?
Mm-hmm.
Riot,
Oh, I
you
thought
see
you said
there's a
same.
note pinned on Sildar's back.
My God. Excuse me, Sildar. It looks like you've been pranked. And what does it say?
It just says, "Until next time, Nemesis."
Riot's looking at it. I mean, maybe if we, like, switch the letters around, it says something else, but I think it's kind of obvious.
So is that it? Did we just like not defeat him? Maybe we should just go back up and make sure.
We need to
Augie
find
is
the
safe.
kids. Yeah.
Oh, not again. Keeps escaping my grasp.
All right, so you head
Just
up.
wait till puberty. No, sorry.
You head upstairs, and it looks like the mimics have been defeated. The Lightbringer is nowhere to be seen, but then you hear on the sending stone, "The robins are in the nest."
Well, what's the nest? Where is that? Is that
I think it's code.
code for what? Where are my children? Sildar's looking around.
Riot looks up. Wait, were we still on the stage or were we down on the floor?
Depends on where you want it to go.
Can we just look up and see if there's anyone in the catwalk?
Yeah, make an investigation check.
Oh, 20. Beep, meow.
You don't see anyone, and as you're
My eyes are great.
as you're doing this check, all of a sudden you see a very frazzled-looking Urk appear in his sad tree costume, and he scurries over to you and says, "Oh gosh, I just heard about what happened. Management says that the show must go on, though, so I'm being sent on stage to announce the hero for Emerald Forest Adventure Con. I saw that, Mr. Hallwinter, your kids, your kids are safely stowed away somewhere. So, did you want to get them? Did you want to go get them now, or what happened? I don't even understand."
What's the when the prize is presented to the hero and villain? Where is your villain that you're presenting?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's just the standee.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, not the wax figure from the museum.
No, that was just a pop-up museum. Wasn't that figure missing anyway?
Yes, we just saw him.
Lariah, is the standee on stage right now?
Urk had sort of like tried dragging it as close to the stage as possible, but couldn't get it up the stairs.
Lariah's just gonna go like flick it to see if it's really a standee and not.
Okay.
That'll look totally normal.
Where are you flicking
and
it?
nothing happens.
Okay. Just making sure.
Urk says, "If you could give me a hand getting that on stage, that would be really helpful. I know I keep asking you for help, but just this one time again, please."
Lariah will help him get it on stage, but she's gonna pull it like way over to the side so that when the hero gets on stage, they won't be like immediately close to the standee, just in case.
All right. So you get it on the stage, and Urk says, "Gosh, thanks so much. Oh, do you have any last-minute submissions for a champion of Emerald Forest Adventure Con?"
Yes, I do. Do I write it on a piece of paper or just tell you?
Oh, yeah, you could just write it down on a piece of paper and hand it over, and if Jen and Jess, if you want to, and Brittni too, if you want to just send it to me in our Discord, I will see what you say.
In the meantime, Sildar is going to go get the children. He does
Yes.
not want them to miss out on the coolest part
Yeah,
of all
so
the categories.
Urk gives you their coordinates.
Safe somewhere is terrifying. I'm sure wherever they are, they're having a great time.
I know, it's like they're stowed away. They are in the nest. Like, where? But where? Where are we talking about? Did you mean the registration table? Is that where it was? I don't even know where they were. Still don't know where they are. 20 minutes later, Sildar comes back with the children.
While Sildar is searching for his children, Lariah's going to lean over to Raya and say, hey, do you think that Ogden will try to attack the stage when the hero is presented as a final, like, look at me defeating the hero because villains are better type deal?
I assume so, because that's when there'd be the most people watching, right? Like...
Right, so maybe you and I should just, like, hide in the wings. You have your net ready, and I'll, like, have a spell prepared, and we can, like, try to trap him right there.
Let's do it. So
Nice.
we go stealth on either side
All right.
of the stage.
Jess, do you want to submit something?
Oh, I messaged you on Discord.
Oopsie. Oh,
Sorry, we... Riot throws up her
Okay.
cool
okay.
hooded pauldron over her chatboard
All right.
to add to her stealth.
Can you both make a stealth check?
Nine.
I'm going to use my advantage that I got earlier.
You know what? I'm going to use
Do
my...
you also
Yes.
have?
16.
14.
All right. So you think you're reasonably assured that you're in the properly shaded area and nobody can see you from off stage. Sildar gets his family gathered in front of the stage, and the announcements are made for all the awards. There's a long list of winners that come up on the stage, and then finally we get to the hero, the champion of Emerald Forest Adventure Con. And Urk is standing there under the lights, and he opens up the scroll and begins to read it. And as he announces, you see that he's a little bit flustered. And then as he's announcing the winner, he lights the scroll on fire and says, "The winner is Sildar Hallwinter, Rad Dad version."
Oh, me. Children, I don't know what to say. He's like gushing and making his way up the stage.
Augie's just he's just so excited. He's like, Dad, that's you.
Rad Dad, that's me. Oh, yes. Oh, thank you. Did we win the group contest? I just want to know. Did the family win?
Let's do roll a d20 for me.
And I'm assuming that the Rad Dad tunic was just bunched up under that hamster costume, so when it kind of fell out, it's just kind of crumpled, though, right? Like it's, yeah.
Sorry, not 20, 10.
Unfortunately, you did not. You got third place though.
Got it. Okay. Oh, children, we we can all be Sildar next year, and we could maybe all win the group contest. And he's walking up the stage to get to Urk.
Gotta plant those seeds of ideas now.
Did Urk light any of the other scrolls on fire?
Yeah.
No, just that one.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Sildar, do you have a speech that you have prepared, or?
I mean, obviously, Sildar. which Sildar speech would be like? He's running through his Rolodex of speeches. Heroes. A hero is defined as one who is. And he goes on and on. But what I've learned today is that a hero is made not on the battlefield or even in the city council office. It's made at home. It's made with your family. And that's the most important part, and the most heroic side of me is being a dad, being a rad dad. Children?
Yeah, you hear Augie in the audience say, "Yeah, Red Dad, that's my dad." Sorry, go ahead.
No, and that's the real gift of today, and the real gift of being a hero.
Urk sort of wraps up and escorts you off the stage, and music starts up again, and Urk
Swells.
Urk says, "Gosh, Mr. Hallwinter, that's quite a win." And you all rejoin the rest of the group. And
Wait, did Sildar get to take his? Did he get a picture with the?
Oh yeah. You get to stand where the face is, and then there's like a magical portraiture that happens at the same time to capture it.
Yes. Sildar has completely forgotten that his face is painted like Boo, and that he's wearing
Until the
the
painting
ears
happens.
until the painting happens. So his proud moment is just wanted to
Hamming
make
it
sure.
up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly.
As you make your way back down to the family and the Dames, Augie just hugs you and says, "Dad, you're the coolest."
Oh, Augie, you're the coolest. Oh, look at you.
Right turns to Laura and goes, "Mission accomplished," whispered.
Somehow, I know I didn't help.
Urk just says, "Yeah, your dad really is the coolest."
Oh, thanks,
Yeah.
Urk.
Good job presenting, Urk.
Yeah, if you see Lightbringer too, please tell them. We couldn't have done any of this today without them.
Oh yeah, they were really incredible today.
Oh gosh, that's nice, but I don't hang in the same circles as the Lightbringer. And you know what? He's no hero. He's just a silent guardian, like a watchful protector, a Lightbringer, if you will. But to bring light, he needs to operate in darkness. And he
I got
winks
that
over at you.
rehearsed, Urk.
Well, I guess we get to keep these gifts then if we can't get them back to him.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Urk walks off, and you notice that the emerald robin is circling around him. And that is the end of Scary Adventure.
Yay!
Thanks, everyone, for joining us for this. If you're watching this now, we've been in chat. Let's just go around the virtual table again. And I'll say I'm Kat Kruger, Dungeon Master here at D20 Dames. I hope you enjoyed it. You can find me at Kat Kruger on Twitter and Instagram, or at Steampunk Unicorn Studio, where I am a freelance game designer. And let's go back over to Jen.
Hi, my name is Jen Vaughn. You can find me on Twitter at thejenya, TheJenya. And I am also a narrative designer and cartoonist. You can find my work at Haunted Vault Studios. Thank you.
Jess.
I'm Jessica Ross. You can find me on Twitter at WriteJessR, WRITEJESSR. You can find all of the stuff that I do on my website, which I definitely remember to update regularly. WriteJess.com, WRITEJESS.
And last but not least, our rad dad.
Yeah, rad dad. I'm Brittni Leonagay. You can find me on the internet at Brittni Lee. Both of those names spelled oddly. So keep searching if you don't find me. And you can also find me streaming occasionally on Facebook at fb.gg/BrittniGames. Yeah, and I've been playing Sildar. Rad dad.
All right, thanks everyone. You can find us at d20dames.com. And until next time, misadventure awaits.
Yay. Bye.
Bye.